Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Chapter 21. As soon as the front foot fog hidden player scolded here, the player of the back foot Konoha village quickly sprayed back. This time the large-scale quest. The reason why the mist hidden players were able to win to the end was entirely because there were so many fewer players in Konoha village than in the mist hidden village, so many Konoha players had a trace of anger in their hearts. However, in the end, the battle in which Uchiha Peak turned things around directly made those players who chose Konoha Hidden Village have a lot of light on their faces. As for players such as Yenian Village and Cheyenne Village, they all looked depressed. Because they didn't even arrive on the battlefield, the big quest was over. Ignoring the words of the World Channel players, Ning Feng quickly noticed that with the end of the large-scale quest, those Konoha shinobi and upper shinobi who had fought out returned to their original positions one by one. There is quite a feeling that after the battle in the online game, NPCs are brushed back to the original point. Brush. The figure flashed. Ning Feng returned to Vortex Ju Zinai's body, and sure enough, as the system said, on top of Vortex Ju Zinai's head, a new dialogue box for the exchange of copy points appeared. Obviously, this dialogue box can be exchanged for what you want. Without hesitation, Ning Feng clicked the dialogue box directly. For your outstanding performance in this large-scale quest, Guardian Uzumaki Ju Shinai, you have earned 213,122 quest points. Rank first on the list of this quest battle. Opening the quest points exchange shop. In the pleasant and crisp prompt, a huge commodity exchange box suddenly appeared in front of Ning Feng's eyes. In this commodity exchange box, the classification is extremely clear, including blood succession limit, ninjutsu, blades, equipment, kunai, shuriken and so on. And point into the blood succession limit class, which is divided into countless blood succession limit boundaries according to the 5 elements, what ice escape, rock done, powder done and so on. However, these blood succession limits, the required copy points, is simply too expensive. Any ice escape actually need 20 million copy points to be able to exchange. There are also magnetic escapes, burning escapes, and they need 400 million copy points. Originally, Ning Feng thought that he would be able to exchange for a good blood succession limit this time after winning the first place in the list, but he didn't expect that he was naive. Shrugging his shoulders, Ning Feng swept towards the ninjutsu class again. In the ninjutsu category, the ninjutsu scrolls of the 5 elements escape technique basically all exist, and the quest points required for each one are slightly lower, and some 50,000 quest points can be exchanged. But like S-class ninjutsu, Lei Dun, Kilin, it requires 400,000 copy points. In terms of forbidden ninjutsu, the quest points required are also extra terrifying. After wandering around for a long time, Ning Feng finally did not make up his mind. This is not his hesitation, but he knows very well that his choice this time will most likely directly determine the speed of his future upgrade. However, Ning Feng also briefly analyzed his current situation. For him, like the 5-element ninjutsu, the effect is actually not great. After all, there is the Writing Wheel Eye, which is the blood succession limit against the sky, and any ninjutsu can be quickly copied. As for other blood succession limits and the like, the demand for copy points is extremely high, and it is difficult to redeem them with his copy points. Ninja tools, equipment or something, but they don't have much effect. Ning Feng frowned slightly, searching for a long time, but did not find any suitable items. However, just as he was thinking about it, he suddenly found the following items in the other category of the quest points exchange shop. Ninjutsu Upgrade Scroll, it can increase the overall level of ninjutsu. Required quest points, 30,000 points. Blood Succession Limit Upgrade Scroll, it can increase the level of the blood succession limit. Required quest points, 150,000 points. At first, Ning Feng didn't pay much attention to this ninjutsu upgrade scroll, but when he figured it out, he completely reacted, how terrifying this ninjutsu upgrade scroll was. As for the blood succession limit upgrade scroll, Ning Feng didn't think about it, so he directly purchased it. Congratulations! You purchased ninjutsu upgrade scroll. Congratulations! You purchased the blood succession limit upgrade scroll. 2. Crisp and pleasant prompts came in a row, and Ning Feng didn't think about it, so he directly clicked to use it. Congratulations! Your ninjutsu, Shadow Doppelganger, has successfully upgraded ninjutsu and become multiple Shadow Doppelganger. Forbidden. Congratulations. Your writing wheel I has successfully upgraded the blood succession limit realm and become Ergo Jade Writing Wheel I. Quote. In the pleasant sound, Ning Feng suddenly only felt that the control of chakra in his mind had been improved again, so that his understanding of the shadow doppelganger technique had gone up to a higher level, and he could become more shadow doppelganger. At the same time, he found that his eyes, the insight of everything around him, were also stronger and sharper. The scene in front of you is like slowing down in front of your own eyes. In particular, he found that his chakra eyes, after evolution, were like becoming telescopes, and they could clearly see ants under a small tree 5 kilometers away. Good. Ning Feng took a deep breath. Don't mention how happy. Quickly, he set his gaze on the 2 newly upgraded ninjutsu and blood succession limits to see if there were any changes in their attributes. Multiple shadow avatar art, an upgraded version of the shadow avatar, which can be divided into 3 to 10 shadow avatars in a row to confuse the enemy at the time of sealing, and this shadow avatar has a part of the combat power. The more shadow avatars, the lower the average combat effectiveness of each shadow avatar, but the cultivation results can be doubled. Opening square bracket. Ergo U Sharingan, it is an upgraded version of the Sharingan of the Uchiha family. Under the Ergo Jade Sharingan, the user's ninjutsu power is increased by 20%, the ninjutsu range is increased by 20%, the chakra upper limit is increased by 20%, and the chakra recovery speed is increased by 20%. Benba bloodline, this bloodline can be changed after the Sharingan is transplanted. In the end, it is an upgrade scroll, and after the upgrade, various attributes have been blessed by different magnitudes. Especially the Ergo Jade Writing Wheel I actually directly increased Ning Feng's combat power by about 20%. In the later stage, the Writing Wheel I of the Wheel bloodline will inevitably shine even more, and it is not impossible to bless the power of ninjutsu by more than 100%. You know, Uchiha Madara, who is also a bloodline of Benba, is the only super master who can even Susanoo, multiple shadow doppelganger, and directly hang the 5 shadows with the power of one person. It can be imagined how terrifying this Benba bloodline will be in the later stage. Chapter 22. After successfully redeeming everything, looking at the few 10,000 copy points left, Ning Feng did not choose to continue to spend them. When everything was completely done, Ning Feng looked at the Konoha upper shinobi and the Konoha middle ninja who had returned, and only then revealed a relaxed smile. Uzumaki Ju Shinai on the side took a deep breath and looked grateful. Feng, this time without you, I'm afraid that the child in my belly and I will be taken away by the mist ninja. I really hope that the child in my belly can be as strong as you in the future. Quote. Sister Ju Zinai, what are you talking about? Ning Feng smiled. The child in your belly will definitely be able to become a great ninja in the future. Quote. Ning Feng actually didn't say wrong. After all, at the moment in the stomach of Uzumaki Ju Shinai, but the future 7th generation of Hokage, Uzumaki Naruto. Hearing this, Uzumaki Ju Zinai was immediately amused by Ning Feng's words, and subconsciously touched the child in his belly. In fact, as a mother, the last thing you want is that the child fights and kills every day, but who let this be the world of ninjas. Taking a deep look at Vortex Ju Zinai, the corners of Ning Feng's mouth hooked slightly. As a fan of Naruto, Ning Feng actually saw Naruto Uzumaki grow step by step, especially when he saw that Naruto Uzumaki submitted to the 9 tails in the later stage, and Wave Feng Shui Men and Uzumaki Ju Shinai appeared together. It made Ning Feng feel the greatness of maternal love. Even now, Ning Feng felt Uzumaki Shinai's deep love for Uzumaki Naruto. And just as Ning Feng was about to turn around and leave, he suddenly only heard a sharp roar, and the 4th generation of Hokage Wave Feng Shui Gate had already descended with a few dark ninjas. Feng, thank you this time. Seeing Ning Feng's presence, Bo Feng Shuiman quickly looked grateful. When Fang Kaibo Feng Shui Gate arrived, the dark ninja informed Ning Feng and those Mist Yin players of the battle process to Wave Feng Shuiman. At first, Bo Feng Shuiman was not impressed. After all, like him, who had experienced in the Third Ninja World War and killed countless people, they were basically above the top, but they didn't show it. But the more he heard the back, the more shocked Bo Feng Shuiman became, and the more shocked his eyes were. Especially when the ninja in the dark department said that Ning Feng finally used the transformation technique and the shadow doppelganger to deceive the mist ninjas, so as to sneak attack in one fell swoop, it was even more shocking to the extreme. You know, those who can use the transformation technique and the shadow avatar technique to such an extent are basically those Zongnan masters who have experienced countless lives and deaths. A 5-year-old little guy who has already mastered such abilities is really. It's terrible. It's all I should do. Ning Feng's face was humble. Sure enough, seeing Ning Feng being praised so much by himself, he never showed the slightest bit of pride, and Bofeng Shuiman's favorability for Ning Feng soared again, directly from 70 points to 80 points. And at this time, Bofeng Shuiman noticed that Ning Feng's writing wheel eye had actually opened to Ergo Jade. By the way, mine, you should be attending ninja school this year, right? Bofeng Shuiman thought about it. Ning Feng's growth rate really exceeded the estimates and expectations of Bofeng Shuiman. Ning Feng nodded slightly. Taking advantage of this time, he angrily brushed up the favorability of Bofeng Shuiman. After all, if he learned a flying thunder god technique or something, he would make a profit. With your current strength, going to a ninja school can be regarded as a succumbent talent. If you have time, go to the dark department to report. In the dark part, you can get real growth. Suddenly, Bofeng Shuiman spoke. When the words fell, not only the few dark ninjas present were shocked, but the Uzumaki Jushinai on the side was also shocked. You know, the dark department is a specialized and independent department under the Hokage, and there are countless powerful ninjas gathered in it, and countless geniuses are also gathered inside. It can be said that the dark part is the cradle of talents in the entire Konoha Hidden Village, and it is also the mainstay of the entire Konoha Hidden Village. Many things that cannot be done on the bright side are left to the ninjas in the dark department to solve. Even a genius ninja like Uchiha Itachi was 7 or 8 years old before he was allowed to enter the dark part. But Naruto-sama, the current peak, didn't even get the lower ninja forehead. A member of the dark department on the side hurriedly stopped him. Although this dark department is the cradle of cultivating talents, it is also extremely dangerous. He didn't want a genius like Ning Feng to die prematurely. It's a momentary matter to protect your forehead. Bofeng Shuiman looked at Ning Feng with a look of appreciation. In fact, he let Ning Feng go to the dark part, and he was also gambling. Feng, what do you think now? In fact, Ning Feng also thought about joining the dark part and growing rapidly. You know, ninjas like the dark part are basically performing ninja missions above grade A, which is extremely dangerous but greatly improved. But Ning Feng originally thought that it would be several months after entering the dark department, but he didn't expect that Bofeng Shuiman directly sent an invitation. No problem. The corners of Ning Feng's mouth are slightly hooked, and in the dark part, there is also the existence of Yujibo Weasel, and when the time comes, with the protection of his brother Weasel, his danger level will directly drop by several orders of magnitude. What's more, only in the dark part can he get true growth. Seeing that Ning Feng was so confident, Bofeng Shuiman's eyes lit up, and he couldn't help but think of how he was when he was young. Suddenly, another pleasant and crisp prompt sounded. Congratulations. Bofeng Shuiman's favorability for you has been increased to 90 points. Seeing that the favorability had reached 90 points, the smile at the corner of Ning Feng's mouth became even stronger. This is the Dark Ministry report card. You can take this card, find the Dark Department headquarters, and find Kakashi to report. Bofeng Shuiman said, and handed a card with strange patterns written on it to Ning Feng. The dark report card was very cool to start, and Ning Feng could actually feel a trace of chakra flow from it, as if there were countless mysteries hidden inside. I know. Ning Feng nodded, stopped talking at the moment, and turned to leave. The front foot Ning Feng just left, the back foot Vortex Juzinai looked puzzled. Watergate. It seems that he has long guessed Vortex Juzinai's question, and Bofeng Shuiman hurriedly said, Juzinai, did you notice just now? Feng, the Ergo Jade writing wheel eye has been opened. Quote. What? Uzumaki Juzinai was shocked. Huo suddenly stood up, and the children in his belly almost shook violently. Even the most genius Uchiha Weasel in Uchiha has ever been, when he opened Ergoyu, he was 7 or 8 years old. Chapter 23. On the way back to Uchiha's mansion, Ning Feng opened the personal properties panel. Nickname. Uchiha Peak Level. Level 16. Experience points. 131,345. Strength. Uninitiated. Chakra. 5381. Lower Shinobi Chakra. Age. 5 years old. Family. Uchiha family identity. brother of Uchiha Itachi, brother of Sasuke Uchiha. Items. Ku Wu * 100, detonation charm * 20. Ninjutsu. Fire done. How fireball art, water done, water dragon bullet art, thunder done, thunder doppelganger, multiple shadow doppelganger art. Physical technique. No illusion. Number. Blood succession boundary. 2 hook writing wheel eye activated. It doesn't matter if you don't look at this attribute panel, only after looking at Ning Feng did he notice that his character level actually reached level 16 after this large-scale quest. Although in terms of strength, there are still 3 words written on the beginning, but Ning Feng is confident that with his current strength, he should be able to beat a Zhongnan. As for his chakra, although it is only more than 5,000, until now, his travel time has only been less than 8 hours. But compared to these, what Ning Feng was looking forward to the most was his life after joining the Dark Department. Originally, Ning Feng didn't want to, so he huddled in the small ninja academy, but he didn't expect that the 4th generation of Hokage wave Feng Shui Gate gave him a chance to go to the Dark Department. Although Ning Feng also knew that Bo Feng Shuiman was so good, he was afraid that it was also related to wanting to take this opportunity to win over the Yujibo family. After all, the recent Uchiha family is indeed not very stable, and anyone who is in exchange for it must be a little afraid and a little afraid. Unconsciously, Ning Feng had already arrived in front of Yujibo's mansion. After this, it was inevitable to be interrogated by Uchiha Weasel and Uchiha Shuishui, and after confirming that Ning Feng himself was not harmed in any way, the two secretly let go of their hearts. Sitting on the tatami mat in his room, Ning Feng was about to go to sleep and take a brief rest, only to notice that it was less than a few minutes before he went offline. Note. This time you land in the world of Hokage, you still have 4 minutes before the offline time. Seeing that there was not much time, Ning Feng did not quietly choose to go offline as many players above the world announcement complained. When Ning Feng reopened his eyes, the whole person had reappeared on the playground of Qinglong High School. Obviously, at this moment, there are many students who choose to go offline like him, and I saw white lights flashing, and countless students landed down and appeared on this playground. Soon, the originally quiet playground instantly became noisy. It can be clearly seen that the students who landed in Hokage World were all full of happiness and excitement on their small faces, and obviously the experience in Hokage World was very good. Didn't you see that the 3rd generation of Hokage of Konoha Hidden Village turned out to be a kind old grandfather, and I also said hello to him. It's a pity that you didn't give me any ninjutsu scrolls or something. What is the 3rd generation of Hokage? As soon as I arrived in Iwayne Village, the grandfather in Iwayne Village called Onoki saw me very well, and pulled me to go to the Ninja Academy to learn ninjutsu. Say I'm very talented. I originally thought that this Hokage World was an online game, but I didn't expect that this online game could strengthen reality, and as soon as I seal it, I can use the transformation technique. That's great. Anyway, how many levels are you? I'm already level 8. Level 9. I should be the tallest, right? The students talked a lot and scrambled, especially those who got a lot of opportunities at the beginning, and they were even more triumphant and full of show-off. Ning Feng didn't pay attention to the students present. After all, the current strength of these students, in his eyes, was no different from a casual kneading chicken, and there was no need for him to show off to these people. The truth of his guilt, Ning Feng still understood. And just when a group of students were scrambling, another white light flashed, and the teachers and principals of Qinglong High School also chose to go offline at this time, and successfully went offline. After a while, the originally crowded playground became even more crowded at this time. The homeroom teacher, Teacher Wang, and the other teachers, immediately under the arrangement of the principal, each led their respective classes and returned to the class. From beginning to end, the students' discussions never stopped, and they were exchanging all kinds of information. Suddenly, the sharp gaze of the class teacher Teacher Wang fell on the first person in the class, Wang Chang, full of appreciation. Student Wang Chang, report your various data, or set an example for all students. Although Teacher Wang is very disgusted with Wang Chang's family's money, Wang Chang's strength is also one of his teaching achievements, and he has to hold it. Sure enough, hearing Teacher Wang's name, Wang Chang, who was already proud, was even more proud at this time, and raised his head proudly. Teacher, I am already level 12, and I will be able to get it in a few days. As for the ninjutsu learned, there are avatar techniques, and transformation techniques. In addition, there are D-level ninjutsu, Thunder Dun, Thunderball art. In terms of family, I chose the Golden Horn family of Union Village. The second generation Hokage Senjutsu of Konoha Hidden Village was killed by the family of the Golden Horn and Silver Horn. Quote. Speaking of D-level ninjutsu and Golden Horn and Silver Horn, Wang Chang deliberately raised his voice, as if the credit for killing the second generation Hokage was his. After the words fell, the class was quiet for a moment, and then an unprecedented roar of applause broke out. Wow, it's worthy of being the first in the class, and I learned D-grade ninjutsu when I came up. Hey, only a big guy like Wang Chang knows the information. Choose a prominent family in Union Village like Golden Horn and Silver Horn. Muggle, why should I choose such a weak village as Konoha Hidden Village? The first in the class, in the end, the first in the class, even the family that came to the family, the choice is just right. As soon as you hear it, it is the strongest family. Quote. Countless students are full of envy, and many students are even more regretful that they did not choose the Golden Horn and Silver Horn family in Union Village. Ning Feng did not applaud, but shrugged his shoulders helplessly. This Golden Horn and Silver Horn was the one who had killed the second generation Hokage Senjuma, but the most prominent family in Union Village was not them, but the Ai family. Wang Chang's own potential, I'm afraid it stops here. Worthy of being the first student in our class, Wang Chang, Lu Yu, what about your data? Is there anything you want to share with your classmates so that they can progress together? Soon, Teacher Wang's gaze fell on Lu Yu's body. Chapter 24. As soon as Teacher Wang's words fell, the class instantly became quiet, and a pair of curious eyes stayed on Lu Yu's body. As second only to Wang Chang, Lu Yu has always been the object of learning for the whole class. When Lu Yu heard this, she smiled shyly. I am only a little higher than Wang Chang's level, reaching level 13. I even successfully joined the Hyuga clan, learned Bagwazong or something, and I have mastered the three-body technique completely. Originally. Hearing that Lu Yu was one level higher than Wang Chang, the class suddenly exclaimed loudly, but soon, many students shook their heads. Although Lu Yu has a higher level, the Hyuga family is much worse than the Golden Horn and Silver Horn family in Union Village, but it's a pity. In the ninja village, the family's heritage is very important, although the Hyuga family is the first family in Konoha Village, but the background is not the opponent of Union Village at all. Many students talked about it, all of which were very regrettable. Even Teacher Wang shook his head and sighed slightly. Lu Yu, Konoha Hidden Village is the weakest among the 5 hidden villages, why did you choose Konoha Hidden Village? Lu Yu was about to argue, but Wang Chang, who had been robbed of the limelight, smiled and said coldly, it is estimated that this guy Ning Feng gave Lu Yu the idea to go to Konoha Village. Quote. Everyone knows that Konoha Village is the weakest among the hidden villages, and even the 3 generations of Hokage, who is known as the Doctor of Ninjutsu, are all 70 and 80, you can imagine how the talents of this hidden village are. Wang Chang said while cocking his nostrils, quite because a flower was inserted on cow dung. HMPH, Wang Chang, the information you have is simply wrong. After I came to Konoha Village, I specifically checked several ninja world wars. Konoha Village is a 1 to 4 existence. Quote. Such a hidden village, you tell me is the weakest. Lu Yu snorted coldly, and a pair of beautiful eyes fell towards Ning Feng, with a look of gratitude. If Ning Feng hadn't pointed me out and asked me to choose Konoha Village, I wouldn't have upgraded so quickly. And as soon as I came to the Hyuga clan, the Hyuga family provided me with a lot of family teaching, as well as ninjutsu cultivation. And the students who choose other families, not to mention the family inheritance and ninjutsu cultivation, whether there is money left for them to go to ninja school is a problem. It doesn't matter if Lu Yu doesn't say this, as soon as he said it, many students were poked in the heart. You know, not all families are rich like Hinata. Many families, basically in a free-range state, not to mention ninjutsu or something, even novice equipment, you have to find it yourself. Most of the class, that's it. For a moment, countless students looked at Ning Feng in unison. It turns out that Ning Feng is so strong. With so much intelligence. Ning Feng just pointed out casually, and Lu Yu directly surpassed the rich and powerful Wang Chang, isn't this himself more powerful? HMPH. I'm afraid this guy Ning Feng is right. Seeing that the eyes of the whole audience were actually focused on Ning Feng's body, Wang Cheng immediately spoke sourly. I remember that Ning Feng seemed to have chosen the Yujibo clan when he came. Quote. A place as big as Konoha Hidden Village, the huge mansion of the Uchiha clan is outside the outskirts of the Hidden Village. It can be seen that the status is not too high. He pointed out Lu Yu. Let Lu Yu advance by leaps and bounds. It was just luck. The words fell, and many students nodded in agreement. Yes, before we boarded, the information we got was that the Uchiha clan in Konoha village was the weakest, and Yamanaka and Akamichi were the strongest families. In the online game, the Uchiha clan called Yuzebo Feng showed his edge, and the Uchiha clan couldn't do it at all. It seems that Ning Feng is just luck. In the words, those adoring eyes that looked at Ning Feng suddenly decreased a lot, and they all felt that Ning Feng was just luck. Teacher Wang also shrugged her shoulders helplessly. She thought that Ning Feng really had a lot of information about the fire shadow, but she didn't expect it to be just Meng. Okay, let's go to our Hokage class for the time being. There will be a practical class later, when the students will be divided into groups for ninjutsu training to improve their respective ninjutsu strength. This class. Seeing that the time was almost up, Teacher Wang was about to announce the end of class, and Wang Cheng, who did not adhere to it, smiled. Teacher Wang and the whole class, aren't you curious? Our penultimate classmate Ning Feng, how many levels did he end up by landing in Hokage this time? Wang Cheng originally looked at Ning Feng unfavorably, and Lu Yu was defending Ning Feng everywhere, which made Wang Cheng very annoyed, and wanted to take this opportunity to suppress Ning Feng. Wang Cheng, you are enough. Are you happy that you are called number one? Quote. What's the penultimate one? Ate your rice. Lu Yu couldn't see Wang Cheng's thoughts, and immediately roared and took Ning Feng's hand, about to walk out of the classroom. Ning Feng, don't care, you are always the first in my heart. Quote. I have to say that Lu Yu's little hand is still very white and delicate, and Ning Feng held it in his hand, and he actually felt like an electric shock. Originally, Ning Feng did not want to participate in the comparison between these children, what level and so on, it was too pediatric. He just wants a low-key quick upgrade. But seeing that Lu Yu was so protective of himself, Ning Feng had no choice but to reveal it slightly, disappointing Lu Yu and the others. Since the whole class is curious, then I will say it. Ning Feng shrugged his shoulders, and Lu Yu on the side suddenly found that the young man next to him seemed to have a different temperament in an instant, and he actually had a trace of a kingly temperament. Wang Cheng and the other doglegs heard this, and suddenly a trace of teasing flashed in their eyes, only waiting for Ning Feng to be ugly. Most of the students were also holding the idea of watching a play at the moment, wanting to see if this Ning Feng was in a new level again. I'm sorry to disappoint Wang Cheng. Before I first went offline, my level was level 16, and then I just mastered a few B-level ninjutsu, as well as A-level ninjutsu. This is already Ning Feng's very low-key opening. After all, he can't say that he has mastered a few forbidden arts, and he is about to join the strongest organization in Konoha Village Dark Department. Ning Feng still knew the truth of his guilt. However, even if Ning Feng was so humble, the originally quiet class exploded in an instant. A-level ninjutsu. Level 16. How is this possible? The Uchiha family, isn't it the weakest family in Konoha village? How did you get so high? Quote. Chapter 25. The entire class suddenly became completely quiet, silent, and even heard everyone's heartbeat. Can it not be quiet? Even Wang Cheng, who was the first in the class, only mastered a D-level ninjutsu. This Ning Feng actually mastered A-level ninjutsu. How is this possible? Not to mention, Ning Feng actually reached level 16, surpassing Wang Cheng by a full 3 level. You know, Wang Cheng has participated in the closed test, and he is already level 10 at the beginning. Even so, he has only risen to level 3. Lu Yu, who was holding Ning Feng's hand, looked at Ning Feng's gaze at this time, and also changed dramatically, flashing with a little admiration and admiration. Ning Feng, although you said that you are the first from the bottom again this time, you are not going to lie. Kindness. Wang Cheng smiled. What Ning Feng said, he didn't believe it at all. In his opinion, this was just Ning Feng's bragging. Yes, Ning Feng, even if you really count down the class, we won't laugh at you. Classmate Ning Feng, bragging is your fault. Many of Wang Chang's dog legs quickly echoed. Although before this, Ning Feng's words were indeed a little scary, but they thought about it, how could A-level ninjutsu be so easy to obtain? As these students spoke, the other students who were originally a little shocked also changed a little when they looked at Ning Feng at this moment, and they all felt that Ning Feng was bragging. Even teacher Wang thought the same, and quickly reprimanded Wang Chang. Classmate Wang Chang, enough. Although classmate Ning Feng has a little problem, it is harmless. Seeing that everyone doubted Ning Feng, Lu Yu, the only one who still believed in Ning Feng, immediately said, "What Ning Feng said must be true, he has never bragged. There's no need to brag about it." Facing everyone's words, Ning Feng shrugged his shoulders and didn't bother to explain. After all, it is a waste of time to deal with these children. And just as Ning Feng was about to leave the classroom, that Wang Chang sneered, threw his hand and threw it over in an instant, and the speed was fast. Wang Chang's shot was so fast that almost everyone couldn't react. Even if teacher Wang wanted to make a move, it was difficult to react. Seeing that Ku Wu was about to hit Ning Feng, Lu Yu on the side was about to resist, but saw Ning Feng gently stretching out his fingers, and actually directly clamped Ku Wu between his fingers. At the same time, in the slightly dim classroom, Ning Feng's pair of scarlet chakra eyes were particularly dazzling, and there was a feeling of palpitations. Ah, Sharingan. I saw these eyes on the Valley of the End. In the mist-hidden village, many ninjas have told me that once they meet this pair of eyes, they must run away as soon as possible. No, that's not Sharingan, to be precise, it's Ergo Yu's Sharingan. It is said that only the geniuses of the Uchiha clan can awaken. Quote. Huh, didn't you say that the Uchiha family is the most garbage family? It's awakened chakra eye. It shouldn't be powerful. No, there is also a saying on the market that although the Uchiha family is the most garbage family, it activates the chakra eye, but it is very powerful. Many hidden villages have found records of their fights with the Uchiha clan who have chakra eyes. The winning rate is very low. Many students couldn't help but exclaim. This was the first time they had seen such a strange pair of eyes. HMPH, what about Sharingan? Wang Chang snorted coldly, and actually rushed towards Ning Feng. Although he had some heart palpitations when he saw that pair of riding wheel eyes, he didn't think that this pair of riding wheel eyes was so powerful. However, as soon as Wang Chang pounced in front of Ning Feng, he saw Ning Feng kick fiercely and directly kicked Wang Chang out. Wang Chang struggled to get up, and was about to say something, but outside the playground of Qinglong High School, there was already a sharp sound of alarm. Hearing this alarm, teacher Wang's face changed drastically, and he hurriedly said, "Quickly close the window to prevent the demon beasts from rushing in. Once the demon beast rushes in, we are finished." As soon as the words fell, the students were like talking about tigers, and they quickly went to close the windows of the campus, and even the teachers of other classes were very fast and ordered the students to close the windows. For a while, the entire playground of the high school was empty, except for the students who shivered through the windows. Is the demon beast so fast? Ning Feng's eyes flashed slightly. As he traveled, he knew that this was a world where he landed in the Hokage world to practice ninjutsu to fight the demons that descended. It's just that he didn't expect that the demon came so quickly, and looking at the skillful movements of these students, it was obvious that the demon beast came more than once. And just as Ning Feng was thinking, he only heard the sound of a bang, and several extremely fast monster beasts like giant bobcats were using their sharp claws to destroy the glass window in front of them. The glass window, under his repeated pokes, was clearly showing signs of shattering. Ning Feng paid attention to the fact that the size of these bobcats was the size of a human, and their eyes were red and bloodthirsty. Obviously, as soon as the students went out, these bobcats would instantly shred them into pieces of meat. It turned out to be a mixed element bobcat, AC level demon beast. Such a bobcat, it is said that only ninjas of the lower ninja level or its opponents, we hang. In the classroom, all students can be heard breathing quietly. One of the more knowledgeable students spoke up with some horror. C-class demon beast. Did the monsters move so fast? A few days ago, it was only a D-grade demon beast. The evolution speed of these demon beasts is really fast. It's almost unimaginable. Countless students felt numb and terrified. Fang Kai is still calculating for the player's level, and now they suddenly have a feeling that all their efforts are in vain. Even the teacher, Teacher Wang, didn't know what to say at the moment. And under this sudden change in the situation, Wang Chang looked afraid of death, and suddenly, he seemed to think of something. Looking at the number of these links outside, it should be able to send it away. We can also take this opportunity to run back to the shelter of our city. After all, there are the most elite ninjas there. And the weakest students in our class have the lowest chance of survival, so I think it's better for us to talk about our grades, who is at the bottom of the grades, who goes out to attract these monster beasts. The words fell, and countless students glanced at Wang Chang viciously, but soon felt that this was the wisest choice at the moment. Although this method, a bit shameless. And just when countless students had different thoughts, Teacher Wang looked at the students in front of him, and was about to speak, saying that he was going to attract demon beasts. Fire. The art of the magnificent fireball. Who knows? A majestic voice came, bang bang several times came, several charred giant bobcat corpses, actually smashed the glass, appeared in front of everyone without warning. It was Ning Feng who did it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.